In the early 70s, it was predominantly the BBC that held the whole of the radio broadcasting. There was Radio 1, Radio 2, Radio 3 and Radio 4. Radio 1 was a first attempt by the BBC to do pop radio. Radio 2 was sort of, you'd call it light radio here, but it was very much older. It was aimed at 55-year-olds and things like that. Radio 3 was all classical music, and Radio 4 was a talk station, news and talks. And then in October 73, the government licensed the first two stations. One of them was a station called LBC, which came on first, which was a talk station in London, and the other was Capital, which came on a few days afterwards. And then commercial radio eventually rolled out around the country. Prior to that, there had been what we call pirate stations, broadcasting off the coast of Britain, and they were gaining in popularity. They were very big. One of them, Laser 558, broadcasting on the medium wave, but it was really quite big. And before that, there was Caroline and all those stations. And it was a time of change. And Capital came into the market just before the three-day week happened. And economically, it was stretched beyond belief. The chairman of the company was a guy called Dickie Attenborough, Sir Richard, who's now a film director and a famous person. He was then an actor, and this is a sort of apocryphal story, but it's actually true. He had to take two of his Matisses down to the bank to guarantee that the station could go on for another month. And it was hard times. We had a big newsroom. We had lots of specialist presenters, you know, in the areas of reggae, in the areas of classical music, in the areas of R&B and stuff like that. And also we had this drama department. We did serials on the air, and we did full-blown dramas. We had a classical music department, which we owned an orchestra, the Wren Orchestra, and they used to play around London and stuff. So it was a very big operation and could have gone to the wall, I think, but it didn't.